Hello everyone, it's full review time, and today we're going to be looking at Foresight, a RTS based game available on Steam. This is an indie game, however the indie developers have done a brilliant job with this. It is an RTS based game heavily focused in strategy and combining your fleets and managing the attack patterns as well as looking after your base. For me, this game is brilliant. For £10 on Steam, it really is worth it. I've been playing this game for over 20 hours and I have not completed it yet. So let's get into the details.
With another species. Please understand.
Is this insult? Is this polite in UNC speak? I don't understand, but I learn in due time.
What are the diplomats discussing? Admiral Bugalenti?
What? UNC Navy has female commanders? I am most surprised.
I thought I'd just show you that little bit there, a bit of comedy value between the aliens and the humans. I am playing the team UNC and this is mission 6. This mission took me 1.5 hours to accomplish. However, I am nowhere near an expert at this, so I thought I'd just take clips from that, show you them in the background as I talk about this game. So, one of the key points behind this game is strategizing, and the way that you strategize is when you build your command center, you can hire commanders. When you hire a commander, you assign them to a ship. Once you have assigned those to a ship, you build an army from your shipyard. Once you've got the correct number that you want, or you can just assign him to one ship at the moment in time, you then highlight all the ships and you assign him to a fleet. Then, from assigning him to a fleet, you have a fleet, and then that fleet is self-managed. If you look at the top left-hand corner here, you can see that the fleet is requesting certain ships, as well as bombers and small light aircraft and scouts, etc. And they will ask for them based on how good they are in terms of their levels. So when you look at a commander, they have 3 different criteria as well, and that determines how observant they are, how well they are at taking command, etc. A lot of detail in there. You can have more than one fleet. As you will see through the progression of this video, you will see me managing 3 fleets and doing a pincer attack on one of the alien bases. What you're seeing here is me migrating my base over to where the gas is, because you will require gas to get money, and then you use the money to build your fleets. Here you can see me defending an alien attack. All I've really done here, to be honest, and it's what I do most of the time, is I just build a long line of weapons, put my power plants behind them so they're not accessible. To ensure that you've got enough power to run your weapons, you need to make sure that you have a lot of power plants. If you look at the green symbol just above my character, you can see 123 out of 164. That's the power that I am using out of the power that I have. In terms of the yellow number, that is the amount of unassigned ships that I have as well. As you can see here, we are now looking at 3 fleets. We are managing each fleet, giving those what they need as well as controlling their movements. This is a big fight where I am now taking over this quadrant, and the reason I'm taking over this quadrant is you can see that blue line in the middle. That is all gas, and that will ensure a lot of money for me, so then I can go against the end boss. Now I have one major critique about this game, and that's the slowness of it. It's really strange. The building of your weapons and your camp is really fast, and then the building of your ships is really fast, as well as getting all your fleets and getting your commanders. That's all fast, but as you can see here, that's showing all the different quadrants, and for ships to move from one quadrant to another does take time. And the other thing, it's not really a problem with me because I tend to like it, but this game is really difficult. There is a hell of a lot of things to learn. If you watch the first impressions, I show you the amount of controls in the options screen. There is a lot. You will become friends with quick save and quick load. The reason you'll become friends with them is because the way that the missions are laid out during the campaign is that you have Commander Locke and Commander Jun. You have to keep those guys alive all the time, and if you take them out into the fleets, which I do not recommend unless you absolutely have to, if they die, it's game over. So if you know they're going to die, quick load it, and make sure you quick save every time you move, because you can go through one quadrant which you haven't scouted and it could be an entire enemy base and they wipe out your entire fleet, and then you have to build your fleet again, which takes time. As you can see here, now that I've taken over this quadrant, what I've done is I've moved my harvesters over to here. The harvesters double up as being able to build a command center or an outpost. What I've done is I've brought 2 harvesters here, building 2 command centers. We're building 4 refineries and two shipyards. And the reason we're doing that is so then we can basically block off these 2 wormholes at the bottom left and top left, sorry. And the reason for that is so then I can stop the aliens coming in and attacking me. Now you can see I'm going after their core base, and this is a big base. As you can see, I'm attacking from both the top and the bottom, and I'm getting the fleet free behind as well. Not that fleet free, just the 3rd fleet in my list. They're going to come behind these guys and give them extra reinforcements. As you can see, there is a lot going on here, and this is the bit that I'm talking about. It takes forever to get to this point in terms of moving your ships to it, but then it's all crazy. It's super fast. So I think the developer could potentially improve or apply a setting where you can get the ships to move a bit faster and transgressing through the quadrants to make it a little less boring, because the actual fighting and everything else is spot on. The fleet management, I haven't found any issues with it yet, but I am not a pro RTS player. Like I said in the previous video, last time I played RTS was Command and Conquer, and I absolutely loved that, and this brought back memories and then just added and bolted on all this strategy on top of it, which makes it a lot of fun. You really have to focus and plan what you're doing. You can't just throw your ships in there, because depending on the commander that you selected, they might not be very good at attacking, so you have to provide them guidance. You also need to make sure that when your fleet is getting hammered, that you pull them out fast enough, because if you don't, they end up getting destroyed and you have to build another one. So there you go, guys. That was a very short version of Mission 6. It took me an hour and a half. If you guys are playing this, let me know if if you've managed to do a mission relatively quickly. For me, absolutely enjoy this game. I give it a big thumbs up. You definitely get value for money. The developer needs a thumbs up as well, because this game, for an indie game, is absolutely brilliant. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed.